Right. Hey everyone, this is Josh Shoemaker here again, joined with Dan Keenan again here for another ball review video. Today it's going to be for the Lightning Blackout. So Lightning Blackout is Storm's newest signature line ball. A little bit behind the 8 ball here in filming this video, so this ball is actually out already for you guys if you're interested in it. It features the same REX Pearl REX Pearl cover stock that's found in a bunch of the balls lately that Storm has been putting out. And it features the a core that's got a 253 RG and 029 differential, so kind of similar numbers to the IQ2, but the RG is a little bit higher. So with the cover being a little bit stronger and the core being a little bit weaker, and kind of see it being a good complement to the IQ. But we're on a fresh house shot here at Bull Roll Lane, so we're going to start the usual video, start a little bit straighter, and then just keep migrating left and kind of give you guys some unedited shots here of the new ball. So my Lightning Blackout, I actually touched the surface on it already, so I used a burgundy pad, a gray pad, and then let it sit in the Haas at 3000 to kind of give it a sheen. I haven't been a big fan of the factory polish, and then Dan ended up keeping his out of box, so you'll be able to see one with a little bit of shine on it too. Threw a practice game beforehand and couldn't really miss. I ended up bumping about 5 right on that one. But we're going to have to end up just getting right back to where it kind of finished. I think this ball's a little bit too quick to play that far right with.
All right, so I haven't touched the surface on it yet. These are actually my first few shots. Did a pretty standard layout for me, 4.5 by 3. I just wanted a nice smooth transition. Again, with a higher RG, I'll probably use this later in blocks. So yeah, we definitely already burned up our spot.
I couldn't miss in the practice game here, and then Alright, so I'm just going to jump back right to I was before. I ended up going 5 right on there and trying to roll it, and got it to the right spot where I wanted to, and it seemed to kind of see the friction a little bit too quick. So just go ahead and jump right back in that bread and butter zone. With this being a fresh pair, down lane's still pretty crispy, so you can kind of get away with playing the middle part of the lane with some of the weaker pieces.
Definitely a smoother shape.
Yeah, for sure. I think anyone here that maybe needed a little bit more ball than like the IQ2 or Ruby would see themselves throwing this, with it being a little bit stronger of a cover, the core being a little bit weaker. Wants to get it down lane more, but the cover being a couple steps up from that R2S Pearl. It definitely wants to see the middle portion of the lane a lot more.
All right, so I'm just going to bump a hair here. I'm not going to go a lot. So I just bumped 2 left there and just gave it a little bit more at the bottom.
In the same spot, try not to get it quite as far right this time. I also came around that one a little bit too much, so try to roll it a little bit more. we go. Much better. As you can see, it really likes to read the body of that lane pretty good, even for being such a small core. It definitely wants to transition pretty smooth. And this is one of the weaker pieces I've seen is actually still reading the lane front to back pretty well, even when you miss left on some of these higher volume, easier patterns.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and roll this a little bit more. Take a piece of tape out. So I normally take the reactor gloss off, just with my rev rate. It's not always conducive to what I want to do with the ball. But what I'm seeing so far is I actually like it with the reactor gloss. I could see this being a very good league ball, house shot ball, and you know, some of your tournaments that go on this time of year, the team tournaments and stuff where they break down faster. I could see this being a ball that you can probably use start to finish.
All right, so I'm going to jump 2 left here. Just drop the speed just a touch. Still trying to roll. Got that one going a little bit further right than I wanted to. As you can see, it still was blending it off pretty well. Got to that friction pretty quick and then didn't respond too quickly off it. Still kind of blended off, which is, I think, kind of a pretty cool quality about these REX balls, no matter what core they put in them.
So I'm going to open, I'm not going to move my feet. I'm just going to open up the angle a little bit here and see kind of off of Josh's shot. Yeah, so I didn't even move my feet there. I just opened my angles, seeing what Josh's just did. Same thing, it blends off it very well. It's still rolling going off the pin deck, which is a very good sign.
I'm gonna jump another 2 left here. Still trying to get it kind of far right here and see how much more we can push this one here. Yeah. Another 2 left, same target down lane, and just kind of watch it blend off that friction right.
Impressive. So I just wanted to square up there. Didn't move my feet. Just want to kind of show the area that I have, and it surprisingly saves up its energy in the oil. Actually digs in a little bit.
All right, so I'm going to jump into the IQ2 now and go back to the same spot where I started with this. I think you're going to see a little bit smoother of a transition with this one, but with it being a little bit weaker of a cover, it's still going to want to respond to that friction a little bit faster. So I think these two are going to be really good complements to each other, not. Oh, 7.9 on that one. Got that one up the lane just a little touch more than I did with that Blackout. But with that being a little bit lower RG cover, it kind of or RG core wants to stabilize a little bit faster. So I think these are both going to be kind of really good complements to each other. And they're almost going to be able to play on top of each other, but give you a little bit different look. If one's not striking, I feel like you could probably switch to the other one and have just a slightly different angle.
So I'm going to compare to the Road. Just since Josh did the IQ, I'm going to do, you know, slightly weaker core but higher differential. So this should shape more. Also, it's pinned down, so it's definitely going to shape more just by nature. So I'm going to stand right where I have been. And as you can see, High Road's going to go forward just a smidge quicker. Kind of really what I expected there. Gosh, this might be one of our ball videos where we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, few and far between, I think. Yeah, we should have started recording in practice when we had the front 10.
Yeah, some balls will ruin that, but.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump 2 left again with this. Kind of same hand position and see if I can get this to shape a little bit more friendly. I just thought that was pretty good. So I think that Lightning was able to scoot through there a little bit better than that IQ. The next one, I'll jump back to where I finished with the Lightning. I don't think I'll have to quite slow the speed down as much as I had to with the Lightning to let it hook.
All right, I'm going to take the Road and just go 2 left of my feet. See if I can get it to save up a little more to give you a little bit of the range between the 2 of them. I might have to slow this down just a little. So yeah, I was 2 left of my feet. Cheated my eyes 2 more right just to get it to read the friction a little bit more. And I did have to slow it down, so again, that's just the stronger differential.
All right, I'll go right back to where I finished with the Lightning here and not slow it down quite as much to do with the Lightning and see if I can still get it to hook. Ooh, way right. Just a bad shot on that one.
All right, I'm going to throw one of the gold label Zen. So stronger ball all the way around. This should be smoother than the Lightning. Smoother, but probably faster. Probably going to respond faster. So I'm going to stay where I just stood the last shot with the Road. Yeah, so pretty much what I expected there. Earlier, kind of burned up. Probably got to throw that ball just a little harder to get to save some energy.
All right, I'll go ahead and throw a couple shots here now with the Exponent Pearl. So Exponent Pearl actually has a stronger core, so it's going to be lower RG, higher differential than the Blackout, and cover-wise, I think it's going to be just a touch cleaner. So I think this one, again, is going to be a pretty good complement. So I'll go split the difference between the 2 here. That one seemed like it floated through there a little bit easier. I think with the cover being a touch weaker than the REX Pearl, it's going to get down lane a little bit more. But I think when you miss that one in the soup with it having a little bit stronger of a core, it's going to be able to flare a little bit more and kind of blend it out a little bit better than that Lightning will.
All right, I'm going to bump back a couple here just because, again, stronger ball. Just means it's gonna go forward faster.
Got the 10 out.
This is a 5.710 pair, if anybody's wondering. So a little firmer was not the answer, Josh.
I'll go right ahead and jump where I finished with the Lightning. Get my hand around this one a little bit more. Don't roll it quite as much and see how it responds. Yeah, definitely more ball than the Lightning there. I didn't even hit that one quite as hard as I wanted to, and it still ended up seeing it a lot sooner.
So now we got a couple games on here. I'm gonna go back to the Lightning just to kind of see what it does when they break down a little bit. I'm gonna stand right where I did with the Zen Gold. So Lightning definitely seems to roll through the soup with the gloss on it. I like that.
All right, let's see if we can try to end on a decent one here. So I'll go right ahead and go where that last shot with the Exponent Pearl was and see if we can get this one to read a little bit more friendly from there. Yeah, that one definitely was able to scoot through there a little bit better, whereas the Exponent Pearl, as soon as it saw that friction, it kind of went up and left. All right, let's see if we can end on a good one here.
No pressure. All right, I'm going to open the angle a little bit off of the last one. I'm not going to move my feet.
There you go. So I think, kind of speaking for the both of us here, we definitely like what we see out of this ball so far. Dan kind of mentioned earlier, I think it's going to be a good piece for the house shots. I can see it as another good transition piece later in the blocks. You can roll on tournaments with some harder and flatter patterns. You really don't tend to get into the super weak stuff a lot, so having an option that's kind of that weaker core but a little bit stronger recovery is going to blend that lane a little bit better for us. And I could actually see myself getting into this ball kind of later in a tournament block, whereas something like a hustle or a high road end up being a little bit too weak to get into. So if you guys like what you see, head to your local Storm VIP Pro shop and grab your own today.